The 10 most expensive luxury vehicles to insure in the United States of America, these are going to crush your wallet. At the number 10 spot, Dad, we have the Aston Martin DBX. This vehicle, on average, for the average customer, is going to cost you $6,342 per year in insurance costs. That's crazy.
I hope they don't have any 16-year-old drivers in their household as well. But then again, if you can afford to spend $6,342 in automobile insurance, you could probably afford that Aston Martin DBX, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get us some luxury.
At the number 9 spot, Bentley getting in on the fun with the Bentley Flying Spur. This is only going to cost you $6,383 per year just for your auto insurance.
I think I could buy a car for that.
At the number 8 spot, the BMW M8 Cabriolet. Again, $6,397. Let me run through another few here as well. Then we've got at the number 7 spot, the Aston Martin DB12, $6,627 per year. And then at the number 6 spot, we have the Maserati Ghibli at $6,719. Dad, we're talking about every single month putting away more than $500, almost $600 just for your auto insurance.
Yes. And if you were foolish enough to get that Maserati, it really isn't worth it. Maybe the other cars that are on this list, those are truly luxury cars. And the Maserati, well, that's a wannabe. That's a never going to happen, never going to be. But yet your insurance is going to be, oh yeah, we're thinking that's luxury.
Now, a couple months ago, we did the 10 most expensive kind of popular vehicles, non-luxury vehicles, and the highest we got was $6,188 for the Nissan GTR, and behind that was actually the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 at $3,411. So I bring that up, Dad, because even just in these 6 through 10 spots here for luxury vehicles, they are significantly more expensive to insure than their popular vehicle counterparts. And so really it's got something to do with how expensive it is to repair these vehicles. That's why the insurance rate is so high.
Well, that, and let's face it, the initial cost to purchase one of these isn't on the cheap side either. So that's the other reason. But yeah, if you're looking at a Bentley Flying Spur and you have an accident, it's what, a $300,000-$400,000 automobile. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be expensive to repair. $500 some a month just to insure it. I don't know. You can have a second home somewhere.
Well, I don't know quite where you're having a second home for $500 a month, but somewhere. At the number 5 spot, the BMW XM. Yes, it looks like Bugs Bunny, and yes, it's going to cost you $6,877 per year on average in auto insurance costs. And then BMW coming in at the number 4 spot as well with the 760 sedan. $7,053 on average, Pops, is what a customer is spending per year to insure their BMW full-size sedan. Mercedes-Benz then at the number 3 spot with the EQS. So we have an electric vehicle here, $7,295. Bentley with the Continental GT at the number 2 spot, $7,580. And then the runaway number 1 most expensive to insure luxury vehicle in the United States of America right now, the BMW i7. It costs $8,665 per year just in auto insurance. There's your top 5 most expensive vehicles, luxury vehicles to insure.
Yeah, I must say, sometimes it's better to be average or poor than it is to be wealthy and rich and spend your money. I don't know. To some degree, it seems almost foolishly to allocate so many dollars to a vehicle and B, to insure that vehicle. I mean, these are astronomical sums of money. The sad reality, Zach, is my cheap ass Mazda CX-30S premium that cost $132 a month to insure. Well, that'll get me from point A to point B just as well as that BMW i7. And yet I'm saving what that's $1,200, $1,500. I'm saving $7,000 a year on insurance. So you look at this list, you look at the costs, and you think to yourself, there has to be better ways to spend your money. hell, give it away, donate it, help people out, help it. I would suggest you help out a neighbor, but you don't have any poor neighbors if you're driving and insuring any of these cars.
All right, Dad, let's juxtapose this with the 10 cheapest luxury vehicles to insure. The number 10 spot is the Audi A4 All-Road, $2,393. The number 9 spot, the Lexus UX300H, $2,370. At number 8, the Volvo C40 Recharge Electric, $2,349. Volvo at the number 7 spot with the XC60, $2,341. And then Acura at the number 6 spot with the ZDX, another electric vehicle here, $2,338. We'll do the top 5 in just a second here. But yeah, a world of difference. These are still luxury vehicles, definitely a different price point luxury vehicle, but these are luxury vehicles nonetheless. And we're talking, $200 a month instead of $700 a month.
Yes, these are luxury or near luxury vehicles. I'm not sure that you would really classify the Volvo C40 Recharge Pure Electric as a luxury vehicle, or the Acura ZDX as a luxury. I mean, because Acura thinks of themselves as near luxury. But it is an example of how you can have a luxurious ride and that you don't have to spend nearly as much money to acquire that vehicle, nor do you have to spend nearly as much money to insure that vehicle. And well, you can still stand out in the crowd driving any one of these vehicles. You're still telling the world you got money. You're just not telling them you have, stupid money.
Lexus UX250H at the number 5 spot, $2,300. The Acura RDX at the number 4 spot, $2,246. Genesis getting in here on the fun at the number 3 spot with the GV70, $2,213. Lexus with the ES250 at $2,186. And then, Dad, the Acura Integra is your cheapest luxury vehicle to insure at $2,108 per year. Now, riddle me this, Dad. What dictates insurance costs? Why are some of these so high, some of these so low? And what are some of the other factors that influence insurance costs for customers?
Well, credit it influences insurance cost, your credit history. So your credit score will influence. Obviously, address, driving age, experience, and in many cases, cost of vehicle. And then the actuarials look at these things and they go, okay, well, we have seen when this type of vehicle is in an accident, the cost to repair is significantly higher than when a comparable competitor's vehicle is in an accident. So all those things I would think factor in to how they come up with insurance rates. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Bentley Flying Spurs, they're not I don't know, stolen all that often. So it's not because it's the thief's desire to steal one of those. So there have to be other factors that contribute to why that vehicle and some of the others on that list are so damn expensive. I guess the BMW i7, being in a full battery electric vehicle, we know that minor accidents on those type of vehicles oftentimes result in a total loss, which is, expensive for the insurance company. So, but some of these numbers, I mean, they are just ridiculous for people to have to pay that type of money just to insure a vehicle.
You can get data on how much it costs to insure your vehicle back at CarEdge.com, as well as all the data on this video there as well. And go to CarEdge.com, click on insurance, and the one way you can save some money on auto insurance is by shopping and comparing rates. So do that back at CarEdge.com.